Welcome to Vsb News Online for Thursday, April the 9th. I'm Charles Webb. Close to 100 civil servants have elected to take advantage of the new early retirement offer introduced by Finance Minister Bob Richards in this year's budget. Vsb News' Brian Darby has the details.
The Cabinet Office today confirmed a Vsb News story that 93 civil servants out of a total of 850 eligible individuals have applied for early retirement, a move that will save government some $6.2 million. You will recall that the budget included a cost-saving measure that extended the early retirement eligibility plan to government employees aged between 55 and 64 years. Out of the 93 who applied as of March the 31st, 48 have been approved for early retirement as of March the 31st, and a further 31 were approved for early retirement as of June the 30th. Of the remaining applications, 12 were denied, 1 was withdrawn and another voided. In confirming the Vsb News story at 12:30 today after a 24-hour delay, the government then announced that it would be sending the comments to all media on the island this afternoon. Brian Darby reporting for Vsb News.
A quiet residential area of Mission Road, Paget, was shaken out of his reverie this lunch hour when a car parked in the driveway of a two-story home suddenly burst into flames. As the video supplied for us by a neighbor vividly demonstrates, the Bermuda Fire and Rescue Services were quickly on the scene but had to be careful in fighting the blaze as small explosions kept going off. Despite the close proximity to the house, the blaze was eventually brought under control before it could spread, and there were no injuries reported. The cause of the fire is under investigation, but the vehicle appears to be a complete write-off. After 3 consecutive monthly dips in our rate of inflation, Bermuda experienced an upward trend in February, and the rate now stands at 1.6%, still way down on the figures seen in 2014. Health and personal care contribute to the largest increases, with prices running 7.3% ahead of the same month of last year. Food was up 3.6%, and household goods and communications rose 1.4%. In his second week as the new managing director of Rosewood Tuckers Point, Paul Talford is pleased and excited about overseeing the elegant 88-room, 240-acre property. The 40-year-old veteran hotelier sees his role as one of continuing the path of the hotel towards excellence.
So much work has been done over the last 3 years that Rosewood has come on as a management company. The hotel opened up in 2009. Rosewood came on in 2012 and has managed the property for the last 3 years. And in that time, we've made leaps and bounds. I think if you look at the guest survey scores that come through, when we started out as Rosewood in 2012, the scores were in the mid-60s. Now, we're at 95. For the year to date, we're at 93.5. And out of 18 Rosewood hotels, we are ranked 6th. That's pretty good. So we're in the top 10, but in the top 6, and we're that close to being in the top 5.
I noticed that you're doing some maybe slight renovations. Tell me about that.
So in the off season, we've taken the time to just do some general maintenance and upgrades. We've replaced the carpet in all the floors in the main building. We've done lots of painting. The team's worked really, really hard to get the facility up to the standards that it really needs to be.
Are there any areas that concern you as the new managing director?
No, not with the facility. It's a beautiful property. When it was built, I think the goal was to have the best resort on the island, and I really think that this resort is not only the best on the island, but it's the best in the region. It's really, really a beautiful property. It's great to work at. It's great to see. It's now 5 years old, or it's been open for 5 years, so it's going on 6 years. So it's seen a little bit of wear and tear, but good work has been done to keep it in tip-top shape.
Tomorrow he talks about the work and commitment required for any Bermudian wishing to excel in the hospitality industry. And we'll be back with more news right after this.
The Marketplace Food Court is you and your family's one-stop shop. Start your day at the Breakfast Bar with omelets made to order and traditional Bermuda codfish breakfast. The chefs will cook lunch and dinner to your liking. Along with the salad bar, sandwich bar, sushi bar, and fruit bar, the Marketplace Food Court is your kitchen away from home. Every day is hassle-free with nutritious meals from the Marketplace Food Court. Visit us 7 days a week. Homemade cooking, quality service, all at prices you can count on.
Premier Michael Dunkley's wish that the manner in which the House of Assembly operates be better organized is not shared by opposition leader Mark Bean, but he can see the sense of meeting more than once a week to get the people's business done.
It is tedious on all of us to be in Parliament after midnight, rest assured, because everyone in Parliament has families. But the process is the process. Maybe we can look at having a Parliament more than once a week, as other jurisdictions do it. But I don't think that the actual order paper needs to be adjusted, because we have ministerial statements which allows for parliamentary questions, and oftentimes, and not especially under the One Bermuda Alliance government, that's where most of the information is gleaned for public consumption, is via a statement by the minister and then very accurate questioning on our part to ensure that transparency and accountability is at the forefront. So that shouldn't change, because again, that's very important for the public to be involved and have an understanding of exactly what their legislators are planning to do.
Has anything occurred in the recess that's going on now that gives you hope for the future of Parliament when you go back?
Not under the One Bermuda Alliance. Listen, you cannot offer what you do not possess. It's been 2.5 years. The One Bermuda Alliance was created as a fraudulent institution. They had to change the name from the UBP to OBA. Everyone knows this. They had a report that uses surrogates. They took that surrogate and then they kicked him out of cabinet to only bring him back in. The behavior has been consistent from day one, even if you had a change of leadership. The reason why is because the same people who control and manipulate the One Bermuda Alliance, who desire to have power and control and manipulate the people of this country, are still in place, regardless if Michael Dunkley or Craig Cannonier is the premier. And so, no, it cannot get any better. It will not get any better, because as long as you have a government and a speaker that are hell-bent on manipulating the rules to their advantage, then you have chaos and disorder.
The sale of legacy bricks to help raise money towards the $40 million public underwriting of the acute care wing of the King Edward Hospital has been a great success. Today, Laura Lyons of the Bermuda Hospital's Charitable Trust urged the community who have yet to donate to emulate the over 300 families and organizations and to contribute a brick towards the remaining target.
The Legacy Walkway has so far had over 334 donors or donor bricks supplied, and really the next phase is just keep going. We have the 300 installed, and we're running payment plans and installation plans, 2 more for this year, and we'll expand to the other side of the sidewalk of the entranceway in future as we have more donors that are interested.
It's a challenge to the imagination of why you would have a brick. I see there's many a reason.
There are many reasons, and obviously many people have chosen to pay tribute or memorialize their loved ones. Other people have chosen to memorialize special events in their lives. But what's also touching are the community groups that have put their names down, that have contributed to the campaign, and their community messages, as well as a number of local businesses that have contributed either to the building of the acute care wing themselves or have a relationship with BHB and are giving back. And there's also beautiful tributes to even the construction workers of Bermuda, so people who have paid and helped build all of our wonderful buildings.
Of course, the alternative to all this is cash, but it's nice to have something to show for your cash. It's $1,000. It's a lot of money, but it means something.
It really is. And we understand that $1,000 is a lot of money, and so we encourage people who are interested to look at our payment plans, and also, the groups that have come together, the families that have come together, to pay homage to a loved one or parents, or as a group they've done a fundraising plan. So $1,000 split by 10 people is more manageable. Or you can pay over a series of months, a certain donation every month.
Now, on top of all that, you're going ahead with your normal plans to raise money. I think you got to 30 million and rising.
Yes.
But you have to keep working.
We have to keep working. We're just at 32 million raised for the Why It Matters campaign, and Bermuda Hospitals Charitable Trust will continue accepting donations for that campaign, but we're also here to support BHB for the long run.
Bermuda's health officials have sent out a warning about an outbreak of gastrointestinal illness, and at the same time they've noticed an increase of up to 1 case per week of highly contagious chickenpox. Vsb's Chris Lodge has more on the outbreak.
9 cases have been reported to the Epidemiology and Surveillance Unit, 4 in January, 5 over the past 5 weeks. The ESU also noting reports of clusters of gastrointestinal illness in the community. Chickenpox is a highly contagious viral infection, but the disease is vaccine preventable. Gastrointestinal illness, meantime, includes diarrhea and/or vomiting. The health department saying reports from the hospital and from private physician offices informing the ESU of the possibility of a disease outbreak in the community. The illness spread by contaminated food or water, as well as direct contact with an ill person or contact with infected surfaces. Those showing symptoms should avoid work and should not handle food for others. Professional food handlers should consult their physician or the Department of Health before returning to work. Food that may have been contaminated by an ill person should be disposed of properly, and children with diarrhea and/or vomiting should not attend school or daycare center until 48 hours from the last episode. I'm Chris Lodge, Vsb News.
Minister of Community, Culture and Sports, Patricia Gordon-Pemberton, today announced a partnership with the Ed Block Courage Award Foundation, an American organization which raises awareness and funds for the prevention of child abuse.
Our interest in collaborating with the Ed Block Courage Award Foundation is twofold. First, we see an alignment of objectives in terms of working to improve the lives of abused and at-risk children. In order to further this objective, we have agreed that the residential treatment services within the Department of Child and Family Services will become the first international Courage House and benefit from networking within the Courage House National Network for Kids, and also the fundraising efforts of the foundation itself. The second reason for partnering with the foundation is because they are intricately involved with sports through their affiliation with the National Football League. Part of our ministry's mandate is to develop sports, and the promotion of sports tourism is consistent with our national sports policy released last year. In this regard, we will explore opportunities for sports tourism, but we will also seek ways to collaborate and build on how we are using sports in Bermuda to enhance character in our youth.
Bermuda was chosen as the organization's first international partner at the Courage Awards Gala held in Baltimore last month, and the foundation's president, John Cibula, spoke of the value he sees in the collaboration.
We have engaged in a partnership with the people of Bermuda to dedicate our first International Courage House. Having spent many hours with many of you, we have jointly come to realize that our mutually beneficial partnership will produce a lasting positive influence on the children of Bermuda whose lives we will touch.
Soccer promoter David Bascom worked tirelessly to bring the two parties together, and he said he wanted the public to know.
In my journey, I have been able to make many connections with many professional sport athletes. The relationship with the Ed Block Foundation and the NFL players will help create opportunities way beyond for the RTS and our community in Bermuda. Now, some may look at this and this relationship as just as an NFL event. I ask you, and I plead to you to see more, see much more. See professional athletes' voices to help empower our young people in our community. See, I want you to see a strong network that we will develop for the RTS staff, especially when they're trying to fulfill their vision of success. I want you to see a collaboration with other major sports groups that will help broaden our young people's vision. I want you to see opportunities and hope given to the RTS residents. I want you to see a shared vision being processed, a sustainable process. A process is not just a band-aid solution, a process that's going to be here even when we're gone. A process that's going to help develop our young people and give them hope in our 21st century.
And now we turn to Earl Baisden with the latest from the sports desk.
Through a collaboration between the Bermuda government and the Ed Block Courage Awards Foundation, NFL players will be visiting and speaking with abused and at-risk youth to help them overcome their challenges. David Bascom, the president of Bascom Enterprise, who helped foster the deal, discussed what the NFL players will be doing to assist.
We all go through things, and as sports is a safe place for many young people. It was my safe place, and we only heal through being successful in that sport, many of us, but some don't get the chance to reach those goals. So we want to make sure that the message that the NFL players are given is not only a message to say, okay, well, you know what, I've been through this and I understand your struggle, but help them to give them tools, little things on how they became successful. But the collaboration piece, it's so important. At the outreach process of this whole event, we are going to be encouraging and looking for some of the local heroes to come from swimming, track and field, if it's the old softball. I mean, we're trying to get everybody to engage in this outreach, so we're using this as a carrot to bring us together.
The 2015 Carifta Swimming Championships came to an end in Barbados, with Bermuda winning 2 more medals in the open water swim on the final day. Emma Harvey captured the gold medal in the 13-14 female race, while Tyler Mesrick won the bronze medal in the 15-17 male race. Bermuda's 2015 Carifta Games team returned to the island last evening. Kyra Skraders returned with 2 medals. Skraders won Bermuda's first medal of the Games when she claimed the bronze medal during the under-20 girls 1,500-meter run, when she crossed the line third in a time of 4:41.76. Skraders won her second and Bermuda's third medal of the 44th Carifta Games during the under-20 girls 800-meter run finals. Skraders clocked a time of 2:12.16, picking up the silver medal.
These 2 medals are probably one of my favorites because I was so nervous for both of my races, because I was unfit, one, and I was going into a higher age group and I didn't know what to expect, but I'm pleased with myself and happy because I worked hard.
In between Skraders' 2 medals was Sakari Famous. She won the bronze medal in the under-18 women's high jump.
It made me train harder, it made me focus and push to do my best.
When you start your run, Chesterfield have signed Bermuda international striker Rai Simons from non-league Eccleston. The 19-year-old has been on Chesterfield's radar for some time, and manager Paul Cook is delighted to have clinched his signature. Cook is quoted as saying, "Rai is someone we have tracked for a while. We feel that he has developed as time goes on, and he has a bright future." After agreeing a 2-year deal, Simons is quoted as saying, "I'm excited because I've been looking forward to this moment since moving to England at the age of 15. The setup sounds brilliant, and it is everything I could ask for," end quote. The Bermuda Lawn Tennis Association's 2015 Open Singles Championships got underway last evening at the Coral Beach and tennis courts, with all the top seeds advancing. On the men's side of the tournament, number 1 seed Gavin Manders defeated Wilfred Gonzalez 6-love, while number 2 seed Jensen Bascom needed 3 sets to defeat Javon Jordan Witter 6-3, 3-6, 7-6. In the ladies division, which is a round-robin event, number 1 seed Jacqueline Lambert defeated Kirsten Salters in straight sets 6-2, 6-1, and Kayla Ming, the number 2 seed, defeated Tara Lambert 7-5, 6-2. The California Golden Seals came from 2-0 down to defeat the Quebec Nordiques 8-4 in Bermuda Bowl Hockey Federation's playoff action last evening at the PCC Hockey Rink. J.M. Tremblay and J.F. Tolbert gave the Quebec Nordiques a 2-0 lead, but Torrey Dort would pull a goal back for the California Golden Seals in the first period. Tremblay completed his hat trick for the Quebec Nordiques with 2 goals in the second period, but the California Golden Seals hit back with goals from Chad Cudliffe, Patrick Neal, and Joel Ferreira. The California Golden Seals closed out the game, scoring 4 unanswered goals in the third period. David Gazard, Cunliffe, Ian Guttoff, and Neal all found the back of the net. Kamal Lavrock made his first-class county cricket debut, receiving a cap for his inclusion in the MCC University's team against Gloucestershire. In the first innings, Gloucestershire scored 377 for 6 declared in 79 overs. Lavrock finished with figures of 16 overs, 2 maidens, 1 for 61. When MCCU batted, they were bowled all out for 95. Lavrock scored 9 runs in his 22-minute stay at the wicket, facing 14 balls, hitting 1-4. Gloucestershire then scored 180 for 8 declared in 41 overs, with Lavrock finishing with figures of 6 overs, no maidens, none for 31. Play concludes today. Gabriella Arnold finished 6th in the CRIR women's category Pro 1, 2, and 3 race of the 19th annual Marion Midwest Cycling Classic in Indianapolis. Representing her school, Marion University, Arnold finished as the second student of the school to help them claim the first place title. I'm Earl Baisden reporting for VSB Sports.
Looking at the weather for Friday, April the 10th, it will be mostly sunny. Winds will be variable and light, settling southwesterly, and light in the evening, increasing light to moderate overnight. We're expecting a high near 73 and a low near 66. This weather forecast is the courtesy of the Bermuda Weather Service. Well, thank you for watching VSB News Online for Thursday, April the 9th. I'm Charles Webb.